Fellow musicologists, greetings. I'm Alex Tamulus. Welcome to the channel. Today we look into Dream Theater. They have a new song. It's called Invisible Monster, and it's the second single from their new upcoming album. It's called A View from the Top of the World, and it's coming out on October 22nd. And I will just say right off the bat that I love the instrumental. The chord choices, the vocal melodies, everything is just great. In regard to the oral experience, everything is spot on. It's sonically sound. It works like a charm. It gives me the tension, the unstableness. The choices of chords are great. The synth that's played on the main theme, it works like a movie soundtrack. The bass thumping, prior to the vocal melody is also drawing the monster in. The accents feel like heart palpitations. Those jump scares. So it's awesome. The chords, they never rest. The harmony always seems to be going somewhere, and it's exactly what we experience when we're anxious, anxiety, and this uneasy feeling. So we feel like we want to get out of our own shell. We don't know what to do. We keep looking for ways to negotiate outcomes with ourselves. So congrats to DT here. Sonically is spot on. But I gotta be honest, and I heard the song many times. Here's the crux of the matter: the story arc. In order for the lyrics to be engaging, since our brains are very visual, the show me, don't tell me technique works beautifully. The best parts, in my opinion, are in the bridge. So, the serpent inside, wrapping its tail around my neck, I'm buried alive, dying to take another breath. This, in my opinion, is strong because it's painting a picture. The unpleasant image of the snake in my gut, for example, I can relate to it, and it invites me to be part of the scene. It's obviously an unpleasant one since we're talking about anxiety and depression to a certain extent, but it is obviously an invisible monster. The more you make me feel, the more I can relate to the situation. So I get choked when it wraps its tail around my neck, right? I feel like short of breath. So you're showing me the scene, and I'm buried alive. I want to take a deep breath, and it's very discomforting, right? So I'm relating to the situation, and we call this pathos. There's a fancy Greek word for it, and it's the way we react to the characters. It's empathy, connection, and that happens when you present imagery. Obviously, when you do so, the chances of really connecting are increased exponentially. Thoughts race at a feverish pace, soaring on a flight of ideas. So here again, they were successful at showing and not telling. I can picture my neurons going a million miles per second, and ideas are just flickering. So it is really powerful. And the other part that I like, perched on its victim's shoulder, whispering in its ear. This is also imagetic. It's great since I can picture this devilish creature, the Hand of the King in Game of Thrones style, the snitch-like entity, or like Lord of the Rings. So, this person is trying to bring you down. You're going through that downward spiral of doom and bad ideas. I can totally relate to these lines. So I have to say, that's some good aspect. But now I will try to logically, through argumentation, to show you the parts that I don't really dig that much. Well, the main one, unfortunately, is the chorus. The chorus is equivalent to, the peak, the highlight. Everything else has to orbit, has to revolve around the chorus. So, you really need to spend time, and, it has to be well thought out. So when you say invisible monster, it's already a premise, right? So saying it's never seen, you're just repeating the premise, and you're not really getting to the thesis. It's already implied, it's already inherent that, it's the birth of the creature. The creature has that feature of invisibility. So in order for you to continue, You have to bring images that will corroborate what's felt. So you have to work with feelings because it is the chorus, So there's no counterpoint in the unwelcome presence because obviously a refusal to leave, it's stating the obvious from someone who's not welcome. So the chorus, it feels like this missed opportunity to keep the empathy, the pathos towards the character, It feels like they went for sound more than meaning. So the sounds of the words when James sings it, but you have to be aware that you would be compromising in terms of, semantics. So their text is cohesive. It organizes neatly the parts of speech, the discourse markers, but it lacks coherence since it's working with certain metaphors and it's not really conducive to the ethos of the character that they've created, I can give you examples with evidence. Face, stare, look away. With the premise that's been stated, I would say it's just incongruent. You're telling me that it is always felt. So when I feel it, I don't have to see it. I don't have to worry about that aspect. So you have to give me situations that I can feel with you, with James's vocal lines. So yeah, I hope that I was able to present you with logical arguments and reasoning towards, my thesis with regard to Invisible Monster by Dream Theater. Please consider subscribing to this channel if you think that the content catches your attention in any way. I'm signing out. Music is what music does. See you in the next video. Bye now.